Hello everybody, Seijin here. So today I wanted to do a response video to one of the some of the comments that I received on my God Works for All video. And yes, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been leaving comments and reactions on my wall. I don't have nerves of steel, and I can't really respond. I don't feel that I'm capable of responding um, or reacting without feeling, without going through emotions. I know that if it's best if we can just like take out any kind of emotions when we look at our comments, but of course but I can't really seem to do that. So I will respond. I will react to everybody's comments according to my own capability, my own capacity. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so, uh, but for this certain set of comments, I wanted to do a response. And yeah, there's a lot because I was trying to write it out, but I found that there was so much that I wanted to talk about, and I thought I would do it in as a video format. So there's a lot of things to cover, and I've tried to kind of arrange it as best I could. Of course, as you can see, my notes are pretty. There's a lot of notes, and I might stop a few times. I don't have it completely laid out, but I hope you can bear with me regarding that. So, first of all, just the essence of the message that I received. So, God doesn't work for us. We have to do a lot for ourselves. I think that is partially true. Yes, I do feel that we can't. I don't feel that we can just wait around and ask for God to do things for us. We have to do our 100%, and then that's when, unless we do that, then God can't really come into our lives, I feel. And what I learned from in my church is that God has 95% responsibility, and human beings have 5% responsibility. And and God basically prepares a lot of our environment, the people around us, and so many other things that we can't really think about for human beings. But in order for it to be complete, we have to do our 5%. But that basically is our 100% in order to make it complete. So God can do so much for us, but there's a point where God can't really do anything for us. We have to do it ourselves. So I believe that God really created that it to be like that because she wanted us to have, human beings to have free will. And if we didn't have any responsibility, we'll basically be just robots doing whatever excuse me, doing whatever we're told to do, and nothing coming from us. I feel that we having a free will, having 5% responsibility, gives us the it makes us very similar to God. I feel that God wants all of us to be more like him or her, just like a parent really wishes the child, well, at least a good parent really wishes for the child to become better than him or her. I feel that that is the same case with God. And also another example would be like a teacher is a really good teacher only if the student can surpass that teacher. That's kind of a show of really goodness. And I really believe that God is like that too. Of course, we're not going to be able to create worlds or like I mean, human beings can't even create an amoeba, single cell organism like that. But I feel that it is like Jesus said, we need to become perfect as our Father is perfect. I think it is possible for human beings to possess a perfect, true love like that that God would have. And I feel that that is something that we're all kind of striving to do. It's pretty big of a task, and of course, I'm not saying that I have that either, but at least just I think it's important to really try to resemble, um, to really little by little get close to having making our love, the love that we practice toward others, true love, to make it a higher heart, to make it a higher standard of goodness. And I feel that in order for our love to really grow in the right direction, God needs to be there, kind of like the sun, and then kind of we little by little get close to that way. That keeps it true love. And if God wasn't there, then it could kind of go in a long, it could go wherever it could and get all messed up. So I feel that God's true love is kind of a like a guiding post, or guiding is kind of guiding our lives, guiding our true love. And I feel that that's why I feel it's important that God is. I always try to keep God in my life. Um, and let's see. Also, a little bit of the next essence of the um, message. So God doesn't come down from his or her throne, and there hasn't been any mass miracles. Regarding this, I think the God that I have learned about in my church, or true parents that have taught me, is that God is a being of really suffering. Um, not and it's not like the idea of just he or she's sitting on a throne just watching human beings suffer. Um, God is all knowing, and I think that that's just as much of a curse as it is a blessing, because basically you know every single horrible instance, horrible thing that's going on in humankind, and I feel and know deeply what every single person is experiencing. And so I think that, and really, I feel God is very sensitive in that way. Um, so I think a good example is kind of a one scene from X-Men: The Days of Future Past, that the movie, and is where Charles Xavier he puts on Cerebro, and then he can see all of the suffering of the mutants and can sense it as his own. So I feel that and then he just took it off. He said, "I can't take it anymore." But in God's case, God can't just switch it off. I think just like really, it's like all knowing means that you know everything, and basically from the beginning of time, from the time of Adam and Eve's fall, through Jesus' crucifixion, and all through and all the wars and horrible things that gone on. I feel that God was aware of course, the people that won, but also the people who lost. And I feel that, of course, maybe like heaven was able to make victories in the providence, but at the same time, I don't think God would just like, yay, everything's great, but also she would be like remembering the people that were being controlled by Satan's side, that remembering their childhood when they were babies. And just I think at the same time he and she was really mourning for those people that have died as well. Like just as our parent, I feel that that's just what God is, and I feel that that's the reality of God too. So yeah, I think that the God that I believe in is very kind of different from the God just sitting on a throne. It's a God of suffering. And well, like also for the mass miracles, of course, it's not like the sky is open and then God like says something. We haven't really had those, but I think just like there are everyday miracles like that are very real, like just the fact that human beings can be born It's like it's kind of amazing, just like a being that wasn't there, uh, just is born and then is suddenly part of this world. And I think that God can really work through people being like bringing people into this world. And also, just for the person that gave me the message, I feel that um, just the fact that a person like you, who is really concerned about the world, who is concerned about poverty, war, and wants it to be better, just the fact that a good person like you exists, I feel I think that God is kind of using you to work. Like, I feel that, yeah, that's one way that I feel that God can work in the world. Like, really sending people that want to change the world for the better, and kind of together with that person making differences in the world. So I feel that just the fact that you exist is it shows that God wants to try to do something with the world. Like, I feel that your goodness is a show that God is trying to work in this world. And because, I mean, just one person can do a lot, and I feel that um, you can also do so much, even if you may seem completely like that. Even if you may feel that you're insignificant, that is not true. You're very valuable, and that you can make differences in people's lives and to the world too. I mean, um, I guess I've learned that just by putting out my videos, I can really reach out to many, many people, and I trust and pray that really God can work through my videos, one way or the other, to really make this world better. And so there are many ways that we can really make a difference in this world. And when we take action, I feel that God takes action with us. So that's kind of what I feel about that point. And of course, where is the peace? I'm just going back to the message, like, where is the peace, and a little bit of humanity. That's true. It's we are in a very difficult situation. There's a lot of war and and starvation. A lot of terrible things going on in this world. Um, but if we look from maybe if we kind of look at the big picture, thinking about really olden times, um, I think we've come a very long way from then. Like, before, it was like only could people of influence were people that had access to, like, the big, let's see, to like really expensive broadcasting facilities or like cameras. But now we can really broadcast ourselves freely, and just that's kind of a more modern day change. But if we look even further back, there were, I mean, a long time ago, there were people like just in Japan, they were like the warlords doing all their battles, and then there was also the farmers who had pretty much no say, and then they were recruited against their will to fight in the warlords' battles, and just whether they died or not, it didn't really matter. It was just as long as they could win, the warlords could win the war, then they were happy. But basically, if the farmers didn't have any say, if they would reject, then they would be killed. So they had, or their family would be killed. They had to come up. They had to go to war, whether they liked it or not. They had absolutely no say. And just so many, people were just like cut off. They had no like weren't treated like humans, and it was really terrible. I mean, like, of course, and also there's the issue of slavery in the United States. But just now, before, like, it was very it was just an everyday thing that people had slaves, and just they would and slaves won't be treated as human beings. But now I think just we can see that more and more people see how wrong that was, and that and of course we have moved. We don't have any that type of slavery that used to go on a long time ago in America now. Of course, there's other forms which I probably won't go into that this time. But I think we've come a long way from where we used to be as human beings. So, and just the advancement of technology, and just how the world is so much more connected as like one community, we can see that we're living in the best age of history. No matter what, I feel that every single person who used to live in the past would envy people that that are living at this time. We have so many amazing things to be thankful for. Of course, depending on the country or your, let's see, financial situation, it's a little bit different, but I think things are definitely better off and will continue to than before the past, and I think that they can only get better from now on. And just we're all aware of really like the situation of war, poverty, starvation, and I feel that we have more of a capability to do something about that now than we used to have before, of course. And we do have to take action. We do need to do what we can do. And I think that that's easier to find out with all the technology that we have. And just because we are living in this age of history, I think we're in a very good spot. And if we can use this opportunity that we are given to the fullest, then I think we can really make it better for the future generations too. And so next, I would also like to go into the human fall a little bit, but I think this video is pretty long, so I'll go ahead and cut it short here. The reason I want to talk about the fall is because it goes back a little bit to the human beings having 5% responsibility, and I feel that the fall is kind of a misuse of that 5% responsibility, that it wasn't God's intention for us to use that 5% responsibility in the way of evil. She was really hoping that we use it only for good. So I will go into that a little bit more in the next video. So for now, thank you and God bless. See you in part 2.